Yeah, hi. It's Roy from New York. I bet you're wondering why I'm out here hiding in the woods. Well, the word is Letitia James, New York Attorney General, is after me and my friends. She actually opened an investigation. Why? Because of this data. We have data from the New York State voter rolls that public officials do not want us to share. 21 million records in all. So if you have a few minutes, I'd like to go over what we found with the voting rolls and why we're being hunted. So it's a bit cold out here. So let's take this indoors to a safer place and see what's going on. Okay, it's a lot warmer in here. And no, I'm not really hiding in the woods. But it emphasizes the point. New York State voter rolls are unsecure, inaccurate, and in need of repair. So let's take a look at what's been going on for the last few years. Over the last few years, volunteers have spent hundreds of man-hours analyzing the New York State and county voter rolls, looking for anomalies, and identifying problems in the election registration process. The reviewers are experts in data analysis and have obtained the voter data from the New York State Board of Election and county boards of election. As the reviewers found anomalies in the voter database, they brought it to the attention of the New York State Board of Elections for verification and action, if warranted. The reaction from the Board of Elections was not encouraging, as can be seen from the following clips from their board meetings.
They are a group that believe there to be some problems with the New York voter database and have made lengthy, misleading, and erroneous claims about how people are registered in the NYS voter based on data that they have analyzed.
Either they are ignorant of the system or are maliciously twisting data in order to support conclusions that are not warranted.
What is their stated purpose?
What is their stated purpose?
To make us look bad.
These people are fringe crazy.
So here we see what the researchers had to deal with. Adding injury to insult, the Attorney General, Letitia James, launched an investigation, including subpoenas, accusing the researchers of voter intimidation. The reality is that the data, all 21 million records, were supplied by the Board of Elections, and any faults with the data is the responsibility of the Board of Elections, not the reviewers. It was surprising that our public officials rejected our researchers' analysis of the voter roll data. As can be seen from the following clip from a 2018 documentary that 7 years ago, concerns with the voter rolls is nothing new.
That was actually in our electoral system.
Government officials learn that they're actually going into state voter databases.
The key to flip an election without leaving a trace is the voter rolls.
It would only take a small digital switch to make that happen.
My colleagues and I have tried to convince public officials of the need to keep accurate and secure voter rolls.
I'm working with a group of concerned citizens here in Nassau and Suffolk counties. Several of our group are here today, and we are giving this presentation to all towns and cities in Nassau and Suffolk County. We are involved with voting integrity, especially the voting rolls. It is our goal today to raise your awareness of voting irregularities in New York State.
Both federal and state laws require the Board of Elections to maintain accurate voter rolls. It's the law. If the voter rolls are not accurate, elections cannot be legally certified. So it's probably a good time to discuss the findings and data that caught the attention of the Attorney General. Here we see the researchers used the data from the New York State voter rolls supplied by the New York State Board of Elections. It's approximately 21 million records in all. The anomalies identified by the researchers are just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, I'm here about voter rolls. You should have a copy of a spreadsheet
which I submitted earlier. Okay, and our researchers have spent hundreds of man-hours reviewing the voter rolls pro bono and have found numerous anomalies. In this case, the spreadsheet shows a list of Suffolk County voters who appear to have voted after they were dead. Just take a look at the date they died and then look at the voting history, and you'll see they voted a year or two after they were confirmed dead. As we see, the researchers have found numerous anomalies. Most recently, they have found the history of felons voting while incarcerated. All these anomalies, when taken separately, do not appear to be enough to sway an election. However, when taken together, they show a systemic problem with the voter rolls and a cumulative impact. Other researchers have found evidence of algorithms embedded in the voter rolls. The state has no record of why these algorithms were placed there or who created them. Algorithms can be used to manipulate votes. In any event, it's time for public officials to step up and do their jobs. There is a state and national movement to update state and federal voting laws. In New York State, there are several bills pending, including the Voting Integrity and Verification Act of New York, known as Viva New York, the Protect Our Ballots Act, and the Election Data Information Bill. On the federal level, the President signed an executive order entitled Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections. This order requires amending voter guidelines to increase security of elections. There's also federal legislation to codify the executive order. In addition, the Make Elections Secure Act and the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act will help ensure accuracy and security in elections. So now you see firsthand what we are dealing with. They never expected anyone to analyze the 21 million records and discover the problems. Maintaining accurate voter rolls is their job, and not doing so is a violation of law. In the meantime, I'll be hiding out in the woods, avoiding Letitia James and her subpoenas. You might want to contact your state senator and assembly person and ask them to support state legislation. In addition, you can contact your U.S. senator and congressman and ask them to support the federal legislation. This is the least we can do to secure our voter rolls and elections.